and welcome on Topical with Jingle Jeff. Oh.
Oh, hell.
Maybe I put a bit too much
that's
on there.
fucking so much mayo. Bro.
What do you think is the craziest fitness challenge that you could take on personally? Right, here we go.
Jesus. Good lad. Oh, God. Let it out if you need to.
Hello.
Welcome back. I got the episode wrong.
Yeah,
but we're actually on 18.
We just introduced episode 17, but now we're getting on to introducing episode 18.
18, though.
18. Whew, legal age for drinking.
What are we talking about today, Ollie?
We are talking about non-profit organisations.
Very, very interesting.
Everything around charities, because a lot of people out there, I think, will want to create businesses in order to line their pockets. But some people out there will want to do it for a different reason and for reasons that mean more to them, because we say about promoting a business that you actually care about.
Yeah.
And non-profit organisations, charities, so on and so forth, could be a massive part of that for people.
Well, exactly. And that's what we're going to get into today, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about how people might actually start a non-profit to avoid tax.
Exactly. That could be a part of it.
And how you got a dodgy toenail from doing a charity event.
Yes, you've probably seen the title, people. I put myself through a debilitating task.
So
we will talk about it more later.
We'll get deep into that. But
before we do,
go on.
Do you know what? I'll go first this time because I usually let you go first.
We got a big boy up again.
We got a big boy, a good old 2-pounder. You know the drill, people. Find a little diamond to win a prize.
How much up for grabs, mate?
250 bags. Woo! Did you see somebody won 250 million on the Euro Millions yesterday?
Really?
Yeah, Irish guy.
No
How
way.
insane is that?
We got an email about it saying, "Oh, you can get a ticket now."
Basically, like
That's
3 million a year for the
mental.
rest of his life. Basically, anyway, crazy
One
stuff.
day, us, mate.
One day. Find a little lottery thing. I didn't find a lottery thing, and my winning number was 26. I had 13. I had a 28, and I had a 23. Shite.
Yep. Did you get the confetti though?
Confetti.
Find a confetti thing to win all the prizes showing.
Let me just go grab that.
Go get that, man. Just in case, bro.
Where are you seeing this confetti?
Right at the top in the red.
Hello. No confetti.
Okay.
Got me excited.
Mate,
Shit.
imagine. Anyway, find a diamond. I got a rainbow, a plane, a ring, a palm tree, a gold
little
key,
palm tree.
and a bank.
Nice.
Then it was find the little lotto thing, got nothing. 17 was the number up for today. 29, 6, and 19. I'm really trying to get better at that as well.
One day. Another disappointing
Doesn't
day.
happen,
Another
mate.
£4 down the drain.
We actually need to cash these in.
I do definitely need to cash them in. They're sat there ready to go.
We should film it. We should just go to the petrol station or something like
Sounds
that.
good.
And get
Yeah,
it
we'll
done.
do it.
100%.
Funnily enough, another
Otherwise, we're
little
going to
side
lose
note,
out, mate, on that
we were
cash.
firming up the mics beforehand,
Oh,
and I
yeah,
mentioned
yeah,
this.
yeah.
We mentioned about getting a little Allen key. We're struggling to find one, but we found one. The reason why it came to mind is because I was looking at an advert yesterday.
Right, go on.
There's a company that are like making a new kind of Allen key, one that's like almost like a pocket knife of Allen keys, right?
So it has all the Allen keys.
Yeah, but an Allen key is like, obviously you'd recognize it just as the specific metal rod that kind of
This?
looks like this. Exactly that. Yeah. And the new company, the guys who are like going against it, they've called their company Oliver James. So
What?
they've called their company Oliver James, and all their marketing is,
way.
I don't like Allen Key. We prefer Oliver James. Like, as in like, a
they
name,
want to
Allen
name
Key.
their whole... Oh,
So
I get
because
it.
Allen Key could be a name,
I
they've
get
named
it.
their key Oliver James.
Yeah.
And so they want to make this new thing.
So it'd be
the
like,
Oliver
oh,
James.
pass me the Oliver James.
Have you got an Oliver James? How
We need
crazy is
shares
that?
in that,
We
man.
do, big time. That's absolutely insane. My middle name's James as well. How
That's
crazy is that?
mental.
I looked at it, I was like, this is insane.
That's
But,
mental.
They've got billboards everywhere saying,
Yeah.
we don't like Allen Key, we like Oliver James.
For reference, right?
Great advertising.
Obviously, Jamie and Ollie, but my real name's James. His real name's Oliver. So that's
It's absolutely mental when I saw it. Absolutely mental.
You got to send me the link.
Yeah, I'll
or
send you the
something
link.
for that.
We'll
I've
reach
gotta
out to
watch
them and
that.
see if they want to like
Get them on the
engage.
pod.
Get them on the pod for the advertising alone. That was sick when I saw
Do a
that.
Spider-Man like meme. That would be so good, man.
That's so funny.
Love that.
Brilliant.
Anyway, shall we get
Anyway.
into the non-profits of things?
I
yeah?
think we shall.
But before we do, segment number 1.
Here we go.
Chaos. Now.
And welcome on Topical with Jingle Jeff. The UK is full of songs and stars, with music heard in clubs and bars. But now it's hard for bands to play their songs in places far away. So artists wrote a big group letter asking, please help us do better. They want the government to give £10 million a year to live.
G'day, mate. I'm Mick the Scoop. They fucked off Ashton Tool because he got beaten by speed in a race. Anyway, I have the weekly dose of glitter, gossip, and gold-plated drama. Let's dive in. First up, and I wish I weren't making this up, Rihanna is a Smurf. That's right, people. The pop queen is voicing Smurfette in the new Smurfs reboot, dropping July 18th. She's not just voicing, she's producing the film. Now, is she going on a little cash grab here? Or is she really being creative? Who knows? Next up, we got Sabrina Carpenter. You know her, that pop girl. Anyway, she's on to her 7th album. It's dropping August 28th. Yeah, that's right, 7th album. She's 26 and somehow she's releasing albums faster than a kangaroo on trampoline. Mental, right? Anyway, fans are hyped, but I'm not sure if she's going to hit a burnout or not. Anyway, bye.
And on the fashion today, Region Liberget. The UK brands like Primark, M&S, H&M and Zara have been caught out, offloading tons of discarded clothes into the Ghanaian ecological sensitive wetlands. They are clogging lagoons, smothering beaches and suffocating the turtles. This is not protecting wildlife. This is turning a site into landfill.
Hey dickheads, it's Carl Megabyte here, buzzing off a good old cold brew. Samsung is rumoured to host its big July 10th Unpacked event. Think Galaxy Z Fold 7, Z Flip 7, Galaxy Watch 8, and potentially the Project Muhan AR headset. Speculated to be dropping in September. Keep your eyes peeled, because it's gadget mania out here, folks.
Order, order. Judge Rudy in session. The UK Sentencing Council has suggested judges routinely get pre-sentence reports from people of minorities. The goal to understand somebody's background before jailing them. The reaction, full Westminster meltdown. You know it here first, people. If you commit a crime, make sure you're a pregnant transgender furry before doing it.
Now, in today's news. I need to introduce myself. Mr. Slider. Hey. Good evening, scholars. It's Mr. Slider here, reporting to you from educational standpoint. Now, the UK's Education Endowment Foundation is piloting a positive action program in 15 UK schools designed to boost behaviour and engagement. Early signs show the mood has improved, but not everybody is really convinced. Seems like there'll be no real discipline anymore in these schools. Anyway, a new children's wellbeing is on the horizon, and a schools bill, which is in development, aiming to bring mental health support and safeguarding to every classroom. Parents, prepare your tissues. Soon, schools will not just be teaching letters and numbers, they will be an emotional wellness spa. Take that, teddy bears.
And on the food segment today, Morrison's jumped on the viral Dubai-style chocolate trend with pistachio choc trip liqueur for just £7. TikTok went wild. Cue the Food Standards Agency stepping in with a wet blanket. Important treats might be dodging UK allergen rules, or worse, containing banned additives. They're now asking shoppers to check the labels that they're like defusing a bomb.
Yeehaw! Don Brady coming in live today for sport. British and Irish Lions are down under, getting ready to rip it with the Wallabies. Huge excitement and big rugby news in Australia. Meanwhile, in the UK, Women's Rugby World Cup kicks off late August, with England and New Zealand being tipped as the favourites. We got Tour de France in 2025 happening as we speak. God damn, there's so much sport and I bloody love it!
Thanks for joining us on Topical today. Keep it classy. Susan Sliders. And we are back from Topical.
It's always crazy, man.
Couple of extra characters in there for you.
Crazy. Got some names now, which is the main bit.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want to see any new ones, as we've said before,
Let us know.
Let us know who you want to see. But
Defo.
let's get into the topic of the day: non-profit organisations.
Yeah.
Firstly, what is a non-profit?
Go on. Tell us.
It's an organisation or a charity that's primary basis of serving is to benefit either a public or a social benefit to people. So, as we said, rather than generate profit to go to owners and shareholders, instead, everything that's earned through donations, grants, fundraising, so on and so forth, gets reinvested and distributed amongst the foundation's purpose.
Yeah.
So that's basically the layman's terms of a non-profit.
Yeah, and they tend to solve like a problem or something like that.
100%. They contribute towards the bettering of a societal.
Yeah, whatever. It could be anything, literally, yeah.
Exactly. So the key features being it's mission driven. So you've got to have some sort of like main goal, some sort of purpose.
Definitely.
You can't just say I'm going to fix the world. It's got to be much more specific than that. And that then allows you to find like your way into the organization. It needs to be a non-profit organization. So you're not lining your own pockets here. This is a fully reinvested organization. And finally, it needs to be a charitable status. So we'll talk a little bit later on about how you register a company like this and the different foundations it can fall itself into. But it needs to be registered as a charity of sorts.
Yeah.
So-
Essentially, the people are like kind of the investors, if you put it in business terms.
Yeah.
They're the ones putting the money in the non-profits organisation.
Yeah, typically. And it's also, it works a lot more off of a voluntary basis. So,
Yeah.
for example, board members will typically be voluntary and the workers of them, some of them may get paid
Yeah,
in
it
terms of making
depends
sure they
what you're
keep the
doing.
organisation running.
Yeah.
But you'll have a lot more voluntary work
100%.
put into that.
100%.
And yeah, as you said, funding relies purely on donations and grants and fundraising. It doesn't have an investor coming on board going, here's the money to make this company
fully.
work.
Anyway, yeah, interesting. You got
So, yeah.
anything else around that? Or?
Well, the other thing I would say is, as we mentioned earlier, it's not about profits, it's about purpose. It's about if you find something that, as an individual, you want to kind of, how do I say this? You want to work on, or you want to promote, you want to draw attention to.
If you've got a passion for something,
yeah,
then you can really develop a non-profit organisation to do so.
100%, because this is where it comes into it being about the bettering of other people. And despite it maybe not lining your own pockets, if you create an organisation that can produce this sort of benefit to people, and that ends up being your purpose, that's almost as empowering. Now,
Yeah.
it depends. If you work like a full-time job, this is more of an organisation that I would say involves a couple of different people in order to get it off the ground. It would be harder to have this run as a single-person institution, but there's ways to do it. So that's,
Well, I
that's
mean,
the sort of
ultimately,
main
like
crux
you
of it.
mentioned, it's like the volunteers are the heart of it, aren't they? So
Yeah.
you need people to be invested into your non-profit organisation by actually giving back in a way. And that's
100%.
what big corporates do that as well. They actually run their own non-profits on the side and they
Mm-hmm.
have giving back charities that they work with, etc. It's very common. But I've got a good story for you. Everyone knows Movember, right?
I do Movember every year.
Yeah, same. I tried growing a little slug on my lip, mate.
Yeah,
It
I
is
managed to get it.
terrible.
I managed to get it now. Like
Yeah,
a
like
couple
proper
of
handlebar stuff. Or
not quite
no?
handle. Do you know what? I haven't been brave enough to go handlebars. I might
Do
do
you
it
reckon
this
you
year.
could, yeah?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a thick,
like
one,
a Hulk,
pushy
no,
one, mate.
maybe like a miniature Hulk Hogan. We'll see what comes out of it.
Diet blonde.
Yeah, at the end of the month, there's
That'd
like
be
for
so
the
good,
biggest
mate.
donation.
We'll definitely do a Movember suits and sliders. I
Yeah,
reckon.
you'll see us around
100%.
November start
Yeah.
growing some ugly little stashes.
We'll
so.
get Mullet Man on there as well. We'll love that.
100%.
Defo. Anyway, let me take you back,
Go
right?
for it, go for it. Where did they start?
2003.
2000. They've been around for quite a while. Then.
Two Aussie mates, Travis Garone, I might have butchered that, and Luke Slattery.
Okay.
They're sitting in a bar in Melbourne. right? They're sipping on a couple beers, just chatting
Little
about.
Aussie accent.
Oh, I will. There's a quote
Cool.
coming up. There's a quote coming up. They're sipping and they're chatting about how like fashion trends have come and go.
Yeah.
And one guy goes, "Hey mate, why did the moustache disappear?"
Interesting.
And they're joking like back and forth. And they go, "Oh, we should bring it back for fun, mate."
So they were saying it as like a fashion
Literally.
statement. Why did the tash
they're just
disappear?
sitting at the pub, like having a little beer, going,
Interesting.
"Oh, where's the moustache gone?" He's
True.
like, "Oh, yeah, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back." And they said basically they remember their mum's friend fundraising for breast cancer, right?
Got you.
And they thought, what if a moustache wasn't just a style comeback, but it was actually had a cause behind it?
Yeah.
This is where the campaign, the OG
Wow.
campaign started, right? This is mental. They sent an email out with a line saying, "Are you man enough to be a man?" ? Sent it to mates. 30 of them signed up and they paid a tenner each to grow a mo. That's simply how it started, right?
Wow.
They originally called themselves the Original Mo Bros. They
Nice.
raised in 2004.
So this is the year after.
The year after, they got 450 members and raised 54k. Yeah, mental. All of that one movement last in 2003.
Jeez.
They give 100% of it to Prostate Cancer Foundation
Yeah.
of Australia.
Yeah.
Huge donation. It was their biggest ever donation they received at that time. So in 2005, the movement then exploded because they
bet.
had this backing of prostate cancer,
Yeah.
like they were promoting it. 2005, right?
A year
From
later.
54k, what do you think they raised?
I say because it got a lot more momentum, I'm saying $500,000. I'm saying it's going to go tenfold.
1.2 million, mate. Mental.
It went over 20-fold.
9,315 members, and they raised over 1.2 million. They then become
That's impressive
yeah.
for 9,000 people to do that
crazy.
as well.
Yeah.
That's still a good amount of money each
Yeah.
of them are raising.
Huge.
Wow.
2006, they officially become a charity, like a registered charity.
Yeah.
And then they grow and they continue to spread across like UK, US, Canada, Spain.
Because they work as well with doing like suicide
Crazy.
prevention now as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
don't they? So they do prostate cancers, testicular
Huge, mate.
cancer, and suicide
But
prevention.
fast forward now, right? Movember operates in 21 countries. They've raised over 443 million and funded 1,300 plus men's health projects.
That is
Crazy.
Hats off to those lads. Like that is
Awesome,
absolutely
though, isn't
insane.
it? Awesome.
And
Just
it's
sitting at a
iconic
pub,
as well. It's
just
iconic.
chilling.
In November, everybody asks about it. It doesn't
Oh,
matter
yeah,
if, like,
yeah.
I'll turn up at work and everyone go, so you do Movember.
Yeah.
Like, it's a household
It's
name.
done so well.
Which is just mad that two
Mental.
lads in a little bar
Australia,
in
yeah,
Australia that figured that out.
Crazy.
That is so
You know,
impressive.
another like Australian movement is the mullet right now, isn't it? Everyone's
That's
growing
coming
that.
back.
Yeah, big
Got
time.
Mr. Mullet Man himself.
Yeah.
He's iconic.
There he is, mate. But yeah, no,
That is
that's pretty
absolutely
cool
insane.
though.
That is
Like
really cool.
you think about it, you start small, but you think big in the grand schemes of things, and like you can literally find an identity, and that will be your power, and then you
Yeah.
can create something off that, and
Yeah.
have a little movement behind you. Get your mates involved, stuff like that. Push it through their socials, push it through your socials,
And
and
also,
it'll
there's
grow.
two really impressive things they've done there.
Yeah.
Number one, they've started with no initial investment because it's come from, as you say, like, we're going to benefit off something that already occurs, which is people can grow a tash, and then it comes from donations. So they
Yeah.
didn't need a single penny to start the organisation. That's a really important thing to know.
Really clever.
And secondarily, which I think is genius, they looked at what life around them brings on a regular basis or can bring naturally, and they found a way to give it like something that's like its own signature. Like, what I mean to say is there's companies out there that can't, for example, you can't trademark a moustache, you can't patent a moustache, but there is nobody else that looks at moustache and thinks about any other company than Movember,
Yeah.
especially in the month of
Yeah.
November. So they've looked at something which occurs naturally and attached themselves
Mate,
to
smashed
it,
it. Absolutely
and they've
smashed
given
it.
themselves the most iconic like statement piece
Yeah.
that people wear on their face.
And they like almost chose a month
Yeah.
that works for that particular Movember style. November. Obviously.
Could you imagine
Mental.
like being like, if I looked at a nose and being like, I think of a certain company, like,
Yeah.
or like I look at a hand, I think of a certain company.
Yeah.
That's crazy to
Class.
think of
It's
that.
class.
It's absolutely mad. Anyway,
Love it.
I've got a little question of the week
Go on
before
then.
we get on into our
Go on
next
then.
segment of the day. So, talking about the non-profit organisations, what do you think is the craziest fitness challenge that you could take on personally when you see guys like the guy who ran the length of Africa and Ross Edgley doing like his swimming challenges and rowing challenges and things. What do you think is the craziest fitness challenge you could take on or you'd want to take on?
See, is this like for charity or is this just what is around?
For charity.
Okay.
So they always do it for charity.
But like
so.
we could still do it like an event, but raise
Yeah,
money
I guess
for charity.
So, I guess so.
I reckon something that I would want to do.
Yeah, I've got one for you as well.
Right.
So go on, I'm intrigued to see what yours is.
And it's a bit like different because
Yeah.
it is a challenge. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, it is to do with fitness, but the SAS. I'd love to do something like that.
You'd love to do like a full SAS training program.
No, you know SAS, Who Dares Wins.
Oh, you want to do that show?
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be like my challenge. I'd think that'd
Okay.
be sick. But that'd be the hardest one I think I could maybe do.
Interesting. So I thought about it more in a sense of like an individual run the length of Africa or swim the length of.
Well, yeah,
the
I've
channel.
also got one for that.
Oh, go
right?
on then. Okay.
You know David Goggins?
Yeah.
What's he do? Like the 4x4 for 48 hours? 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours,
Wow.
something like that.
Okay.
I reckon that'd be brutal.
You reckon you could hack it? Like if you could give it an attempt?
I'd have to train for it, but yeah,
Fair
definitely.
enough. Interesting.
But I think if you really train and put your mind to things, you can.
Yeah.
You'd be
So I've got
surprised
one.
what you can do.
I've got one that I could train for as well.
Go on.
Like, I definitely would be able to do
Go
this
on.
out of the bat now. But I've looked into it since we had our infamous BIZZ Butler. I've also been looking more into triathlons.
Yes.
And I can quite comfortably run a 10K, which is the distance of a triathlon run.
Yeah.
40K on the bike, I don't think it's too difficult. Just need a good bike in order to do it. It's the 3.8 kilometer swim, which would be a challenge.
In open water.
It can be open. Triathlons can occur in indoor pools as well. Like triathlons happen all over the
fair.
country, different things.
I'd
Now,
never
my
do
thing
that.
would be, I would try and do it outdoor because it'd be more challenging. Now, I think I could do one. Honestly, I think I could give a good crack to one tomorrow and probably do okay. But what I think would be a real challenge for me is doing 7 Olympic triathlons in 7 days. Which I know sounds crazy, but I'm thinking of it from the fact that, like, I saw, what's his name? The guy from Candy Kittens.
I've got to pause you there, though. Yeah. Sam.
He did 5 ultra marathon.
Sam Thompson.
No, Jamie Lang. Oh, no, it was Sims. No, it was Jamie Lang who did the ultra marathons.
Oh, Sam Thompson's done something as well, though, hasn't he?
Sam Thompson just
Of course,
did
he
something
does-
else,
yeah.
yeah.
No, you're right. Jamie Lang's
But Jamie Lang
Candy
ran
Kittens.
5 ultra marathons in 5
Yeah,
days
yeah.
before ever like really training. And I
Yeah.
feel like if he can put in some training and get to that level, then I
Yeah.
could put in enough training to get to 7 Olympic triathlons in 7 days.
Olympic triathlons.
So that
What's
just
the
means
difference?
Olympic
I swear it's
triathlon is
longer, is it not?
No, it's actually like it's just the standard one. It's the regulated triathlon that the Olympics use, which is a 10K run, a 40K bike, and a 3.8K swim.
But I
so it's
swear
not
the
like
swims
Ironmans
first,
or stuff
no?
like that. Swims first, yeah.
Which is the worst part, man.
Yeah, so I get that out of the way first.
No, but then your lactic acid build up after that.
Yeah.
Fair.
I think if I trained for it, if I had 6 months training, I
That's
reckon I could
brutal.
hack it.
That's brutal. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so brutal.
I do think if you have the proper nutrition,
Yeah.
physios,
Because the only thing I
training,
think I need to
all of
work on
that.
is the swimming.
Yeah, and then your recovery at the end of that as
Exactly.
well. That's the biggest
Yeah.
part. to
I've
be
got one
fair.
for you though.
Go on.
So I was looking at other ones and I thought, what's one that you could adapt your body for in a way it's different? So I think I'm more endurance, you're more power, right? And you're more gym.
Right.
So I was thinking you could do 1,000,000 kilos lifted in 1 week.
Yeah,
Which
I
basi-
reckon I could do that.
It's quite a challenge. I looked at this sort of like, if you're thinking about a 50 kilo squat,
Yeah.
you're talking about like hundreds of
Reps.
squats, 100
Yeah,
reps
yeah,
every
yeah,
single day,
yeah.
plus bench, plus everything else. I think
I
it
think I
sounds
could do
quite
that.
cool.
I think I could
A
do
million
that.
lifting 1,000,000 kilos in 1 week.
Yeah, I could do that.
So that's what I thought.
But
for you.
that wouldn't be. I don't think that'd be too hard. Like you could literally just pick up a dumbbell and just be repping out.
Yeah, but dumbbells are only 10 kilos, and so to get to
Dumbbells could be anything, mate.
but what would you rep?
Whatever. I'm saying you could. So like, if I'm just recovering after
Yeah.
a good gym session where I repped out X amount of reps, I say 100 of, I don't know, 100 kg squats for like 3 hours, and then a couple bench. Then you just sit there as you're recovering, just like little 5 kg in your hand, mate. Just
Yeah,
repping
but
them out
5 kg to 5 to then 1,000,000
for
is-
7 days.
Yeah,
You got a week.
I did some
that- is it hard? I don't
calculations.
know. Go on.
It looks
What would
very
it
hard.
be?
So if you were to say like a 50 kilo squat, which is
Yeah.
like a nice squat to do for like loads of reps for you, isn't it? Like 100 kilos would be tough to do as reps for 1,000,000, right?
A million reps.
So if you were to do 50, what weight do
do
you
you
want to
mean?
go for? 50k
I don't
on the
know.
bench? Should we just say 50 kilos
Sure,
as like an
sure.
average weight for what you lift on different things? 25 kg dumbbells or whatever. So 1,000,000 divided by 50 is 20,000.
Yeah.
So 20,000. If we divide that by 7,
Yeah.
so for the 7 days, you need to do 2,800 reps a day for 7 days.
Within 24 hours.
Within 24 hours. 2,800 is quite a lot.
Yeah, he's quite a lot. Don't get me wrong.
so it is
But I
ends up
wouldn't just
working out
do
quite a
like
lot.
a squat. I would You could vary.
Yeah, exactly.
It.
So you
That's
can
the
do
whole
anything.
Point.
So that's the point. So
once
you
you
could
kill
do,
your
like-
legs, you just move to chest.
Yeah, and you could do like bench press. You could do dumbbells. You could do whatever.
Interesting.
But yeah, sled push. I don't
I
know.
reckon one thing we should do, and I think we'd smash, is high rocks together.
That'd be insane.
We'd smash that.
I'd be going for that.
I'd
Anyway,
smack it.
this is
Hybrid rock star.
The high rocks would be insane. I think it'd be
We'd
tough.
smash it, mate. It'd be piss.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think I've ever like looked at the full scale of it, but
It's fine. Most of it's like the hardest part's probably the running.
you think?
Yeah, that's what people say.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow, we'll look into it.
It's not.
If you want to see us do a high rocks, get in the comment section. Let us know. Should we have like a certain like count and we'll do a high
we'll
rocks?
donate it to charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You've heard it here first, people.
We'll see. If there's a lot of traction for it.
There's a lot of traction.
I'm
If
not
you
just
get-
going to do it if 2 people comment. Do you
Oh
know
no,
what I
no,
mean?
no. If I'm saying like a certain amount of likes on the video or something.
I say
maybe.
views.
Views? Okay, what view count?
Actually,
Anything
no.
you want?
Likes is cool. We
Likes
said
is cool.
50 likes. What, like a couple episodes ago?
Yeah, for something different. So
That was for Gecko's Basement.
yeah,
What are you thinking then?
call it 100 likes.
Yeah, why not?
100 likes,
We've got more than 100 subs.
and we will do a high rocks together.
Yeah, man.
You
We'll
haven't-
film
You've
it.
heard it here first, people. Anyway, we're going to get on into our next segmento.
Yeah.
So
Let's
go.
Hello.
Hello.
We have Battle of the Hosts. For the first time, we're doing a spelling bee.
Spelling bee.
We're going to shoot ourselves in the foot.
because
mate,
we
you
are
know.
both terrible at spelling.
Like, I need to write. I can write down perfectly.
If I'm seeing the word in front of me, I can visually see that it's
Yeah.
wrong.
I don't have a
won't be
whiteboard
able
in my
to-
head.
Spelling
Yeah,
it off my head
exactly,
will be
man.
really. I'm gonna have to close my eyes and really zone in.
Oh, mate, I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, same.
I can't lie.
And
So
you might
what's
have
the
noticed
punishment?
the punishment here, people. So we're going to do a dry creatine scoop. Is that the best way to say it?
Yeah, dry scoop.
Dry scoop, and you have to like chew on it for at least a solid 10 seconds.
Yeah, and then maybe get a bit of water down here before
And
you
then you
stop
get a bit of
breathing.
water down you, and then we'll be buzzing for the rest of the episode to impress us in the middle. You'll complete that challenge of the week. Like, anyway,
All right. Do
let's
you want
get
to?
to
You
it.
want to start?
Shall I start?
Yeah, you start.
Okay, I'll
Do we
call
have a
it out.
time limit, or is it just as soon as you get a letter wrong? Kind of vibe.
I don't want you sat there thinking for ages. Just go off the bat. Once
Yeah,
I've said
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
And then as
Go.
soon as you get one wrong, we just call in it, or you just spell out what you think it might be. I say call it as soon as you get a
Call
letter
it as soon
wrong.
as you get that wrong. I think so.
Right.
You ready?
And you got like the pronunciations, definition using a sentence.
No, but I can come up with it. So, right, I'll start you off easy. You ready? Sole trader.
Okay. Cool.
Go.
SOLETRADER.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, fair. You've gone quiet. Nice.
That was my easiest.
That's very nice.
That's what I thought.
All right,
Yeah.
you want one, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not liking the fact that you said that. That's very nice. Shit. Okay, here we go. Zone in.
But you should know this.
Zone in. Can
I feel bad now, but
Okay.
go on.
Go on.
Entrepreneurship.
Okay.
I can, yeah, you can ask
Entrepreneurship.
questions if you want. Yeah.
Okay. ENTRENP. What did I get wrong?
N.
Entrepreneur. Oh, yeah, it's entrepreneur. Just gonna make you seem really.
Damn! So it's ENTREPRENEUR ship.
This is the next one I
Oh,
was going to ask you.
Jesus.
It was the next one I was going to ask
What,
you.
entrepreneurship?
Yeah, entrepreneur.
Oh.
So I got to come up with a different. I got it
Go
wrong.
on, go
even
on.
though it was
go-
written in
yeah,
front of me
fair,
before.
fair.
Right, your next one. Liability.
Okay. Oh, God, I need to think about this as well. LIABILITY.
Correct.
Yeah, I thought there was like another little I in there or something like that.
Yeah, I would have then gone with double L's and stuff in there. That's where it just screwed me
Fair.
up.
Right.
I've got to think of another one for you as well.
Are you ready?
Okay, I need to zone in.
Subsidiary.
Subsidiary. SUBSIDARY. No?
Wrong. Diary at the end. Not DARY. DIARY.
Subsidiary.
One. Yeah, you missed an I. Damn! Oh, I feel bad though because you give me two quite nice ones. Surely they
your
pick
next
up.
one.
Surely they.
I'm
pick
gonna have
up.
to. I get to come up with one as well now, so give you a
Alright,
stinker at the end.
I
Right,
just
your
like
next one.
skip.
Authorization.
Okay. Oh, are we doing American or English here?
Everything's English. We're all English.
Okay, cool. Just checking if there's any yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
authorization.
annoyed that you said that because I was hoping that was going to screw you up.
AUTHORISATION.
Yeah.
Authorization.
So if I get this one wrong, I've lost pretty much. Anyway.
Yeah.
Shit.
Right, I won't give you a hard one yet. Ready? Oh, I hope you know this company. Okay.
Yeah.
Accenture. Oh, shit. Should I give you a different one? Can I give you a different one? I got another one. I got another one to give.
You said it as a challenge.
Do you know
Say
it?
again.
Do you know it?
No,
It's
say
a big
it.
company.
Say it again.
Okay. Accenture.
Can you tell me what the company's about? Maybe that'll help me.
Sure. It's a global professional services company that provides consulting services to people.
Brilliant. Accenture. A.
Yes. Accent.
C.
Sure. Yeah.
ENTURE.
No. ACCENTURE.
It was two C's.
Accent.
I thought that, and then I talked
Sure.
myself out of
Yeah.
it because you only had one L in liability.
Do you want to keep going because it might get harder?
Well, no, I've lost it. It's best
Or
of
do you want
five,
to firm
isn't
it?
I think we have to firm it.
Fair,
don't we?
mate. Oh, I feel bad. What was your hard ones?
It was authorization was one of my hard ones.
Really?
Entrepreneur was one of my medium ones.
Fair.
Capitalization was my next one.
Really? Oh, mate. Come on, that's not hard.
Oh, I guess.
Do you want to hear my hard ones?
Go on. Let me just try the hard one. If I pull it back,
I've got three.
okay, give me one of them at least. Give me your hardest.
The hardest.
Go for it. Bring it on.
Okay.
So I have like a 400 IQ moment.
This would be sick, mate. Bureaucracy.
B.
Nailed it. Retire.
B. Say it again.
Bureaucracy.
BEA.
No, I'll stop you there, mate. There was a thing. It's BU.
Is it?
Yeah. There was
Bureaucracy.
a bureaucracy.
Is it? Can I see it?
Yeah,
Just so
yeah.
I can see it and it makes sense to me. Bureaucracy. Yeah, never would have happened.
So there was
Never
this.
would
Have you heard of what's his name? Yeah, that's me.
That
Have
was
you heard of
my
what's his name?
performance
The big guy, who's with like Kai Cenat and stuff like that. What's his name?
Duke.
Something. No.
The one who's part of Kai Cenat's crew.
Huge guys with like Kevin Hart and all of that sometimes.
Oh,
my
you're
God.
talking of
What's his name?
what is his name? Big Zoo? No, not Big
No,
Zoo.
no,
I know
that's
who.
what I was about to
similar
say.
to Big Zoo.
How would we not know?
Kevin Hart, Kai Cenat, and
The big guy.
him.
Anyway, you know he has like this little show.
I've not ever seen it. I've seen clips. of it,
Clips.
yeah.
I've seen clips as well. There's one guy walks in and he goes, "I'm grateful for the opportunity." He goes, "Spell opportunity." And this guy goes, "O PP," and he goes, and then he turns around and goes, "He only knows op."
Oh god.
That's the word.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, that's fine, mate. That's a big scoop.
I have to do it on the
Drewski.
wide angle camera. Drewski. Right, here we go.
Jesus. Good lad. Oh, God. Let it out if you need to. Try get some saliva in there. Oh, my lord. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, get some down you, mate. Oh, it's really annoying because his camera just died. You probably missed some good footage there. Zoom in, Tom. Oof.
It's my whole lip.
Dry.
It's like-
Oh, mate, it's still there.
my lips are gross to it.
Oh, bro, that's a huge scoop
It's horrible. It's massive.
for creatine. How many grams is that? What's it giving you?
I don't know if that's the scoop for the creatine. I'll be honest.
No, it's not, mate. 5 grams is not that.
What was that's probably for the main protein thing.
This is probably like 20 grams.
Maybe.
Jeez.
Wow.
Louise. Anyway, let's wrap this section up before
Let's.
the cameras die on us.
Jeez, my eyes are watering.
Yeah, go get some water, mate. All right, we'll see you in the next Sean.
Well, I've recovered. So I've got a little bit of cider to help it go down because the water wasn't doing its job. That's what I'm saying. It was keeping that nasty powder taste in my mouth. All of my sinuses just went powder instantly. I couldn't breathe. It was really stressful.
Well.
Went right into the, like, you know when you breathe in, there's like the two holes at the back of your nose. It filled that, so I was like struggling. Anyway, all that we proved is I can't spell for shit.
It's like the cinnamon challenge.
I'm glad I didn't do that. That would have been worse.
I think that comes out your nose sometimes.
Yeah.
Like apparently it's bad.
I think it's probably like more finite powder, whereas that's a bit denser because that like filled the inside of my lips.
Yeah, but you did a protein scoop.
And we thought I did like a creatine scooper, but I used like a normal protein one, which was like, we worked out, it's like just shy of 20 grams.
Instead of 5, which is what they recommend.
So if you see my pupils going really wide, you know why. Anyway. Setting up a non-profit organisation.
Go on.
We're going to get into it. So starting
Let's
off,
go.
You've got to first of all define your charitable purpose. Now there's 13 recognised charitable purposes. I won't go through all of them. A couple of them just to mention is like in education or in poverty relief, in like cancer research, so on and so forth. There's like different tenable, profitable, recognised charitable purposes. That's what I'm trying to say. And so you have to align yourself with one of them.
Yeah.
Once you've done that, you then must provide a public benefit within that facet. So, for example, you can't say I'm involved in education, but actually have something that's like not good for education. Yeah. You can't say I'm involved in poverty, but it's to like enforce poverty, not to get rid of it. Do you know what I mean? So you got to prove its public benefit. Then you go on to the legal structure. This is going to make a back on me, this creatine, I'm telling you. There's 4 types. First of all, charitable incorporated organizations. This is the most common. This is for typically medium to large scale organizations where you've got a couple of people in and amongst the organization, and that usually allows yourself to have more control over the institution because it's your own organization. Secondarily, a charitable company, which most of the time works itself off as a strand of a bigger organization, or it just underwrites itself as the umbrella of a big organization. For example, like Cancer Trust then has Macmillan, Teenage Cancer Trust. It has like a bunch of associations.
They have like an umbrella underneath them. Yeah,
exactly. The third is just a trust. So if you have a certain amount of money putting together into a trust, you utilize the trust's assets and finances to fund the donations and fund the charity and do everything like that. And people put money into the trust, which then funnels out. And finally, an unincorporated association. This is more like your typical little fundraisers and stuff. Yeah. If you wanted to make it a company of sorts. So those are like the mobile ones which go out and around. So that's the main crux in terms of how you get kicking yourself off.
Interesting.
Do you have to like benefits and stuff?
Prove to them that you are already running or existing or have like an audience or not a fan base, but like people that.
Well, this is the thing. So the first bit is like once you've picked the umbrella of like which of the 13 you're in, and you define, you must provide a public benefit. It doesn't mean you already have to be doing it, but you have to prove concept in a way, like you do with any business we spoke about in the past. You have to prove what it is you're going to do and how it's going to be a public benefit. But you don't have to be already running by the time that you start. Most companies, funnily enough, do it that way around because they unintentionally make themselves an organization. See what I mean? Yeah. From there, you appoint trustees, you prepare documents like we said with everything else, you register with a charity commission. Now, this required in most cases costs about $5,000. So that's the initial fundraising you need to set up the charitable incorporated organization. Those CIOs cost about $5,000 to set up, so that need to have that money in it.
And with your trustees, you have to have 3 as the minimum.
Correct. Yeah, you do need 3. You need people to be able to have eligible and independent trustees, and they must manage different parts of it. So you can't have somebody who manages all of it and just 2 other people. Somebody needs to be in charge of like operations, somebody in legal compliance, and somebody else. So you need to have 3 people that manage different facets. Very confusing.
Lots to unpick in that, isn't there? I like obviously do your research about it.
Definitely. But that £5,000 I mentioned incorporates, it gives you your governing documents, trustees, like authorizations, your purpose, public benefit explanation, and a bank account and proof of income. It's all in one sort of area. It costs about $5,000 in total. Okay. So that is, in essence, the way to get the ball rolling down the road.
Crazy. Well, that's a lot of information, isn't it?
It's not just going out and saying, can you put money in my bucket?
No, definitely not. Exactly. But like, I know to people that might sound like a lot and a lot of hassle, but we're going to like delve into the benefits of running a charity or non-profit organization in the Patreon. Yes. So if you want to stick about and hear about the upside of it, because there are a lot of upsides,
Yeah.
and you'd be surprised. Go check out the Patreon.
Very true. But just saying that a second ago, it makes me think of a little clip from a TV show. I don't know if you ever saw Afterlife by Ricky Gervais. Did you ever watch it?
I have watched it, yes.
So good. It makes me think of the time where he was walking down the street and you've got a guy who's got like one of the vests on the bucket. Oh, excuse me, sir, will you like feed the homeless? And like they go back and forth and he's like, no. And then he basically says, I know you're getting paid. Leave me alone. Like you get paid pretty much all the money I put in this bucket anyway. Or like walks a little further down, sees a nun and like puts some money in that like bucket. And he's there like... and it starts putting it in. But yeah, there's different types of organisations, ones that employ, ones which don't. But that just depends on the scale of who you are.
You do get those people that are standing outside of like the train stations and stuff like that.
Often.
Oh.
Do you know what? I feel for the people who have to do it at like Tesco's and things like you see them there as well.
Yeah.
Like that must be a hard job. Just have people almost blank you and walk straight past you. I mean, we felt it doing at BIZZ, but like for them to do it day in, day out is really tough.
Although what I really like, Tesco's, do you remember they give you the little token and you can pop it into
I do
your
like
charity?
that. I think that's
I really like that. That's a nice touch.
Very nice touch.
Anyway, speaking about charities, right?
Yes.
Obviously, you have run a marathon kind of recently.
Yes.
You
I'm
have.
still reaping the repercussions now.
You are, yeah?
Yes.
I've got a couple of questions. A bit of an interview now.
Okay.
Here we go.
Interessante.
So, obviously, these are questions that I would ask, and I'm sure the people would like to know.
Okay, go on.
So, we'll start off with, who was your sponsor, and how did you go about getting them?
So, when you sign up to the London Marathon specifically, you fill in your details, you sign up a registration fee, and you can tick all the companies you would want to sponsor. And so I ticked Anthony Nolan, which is a company I've like been behind for many years, that support people that deal with the effects of blood cancers. And they do stem cell donors to be able to create life-saving transplants for people who deal with things like leukemia and other blood cell immune disorders and such. And so I reached out and put them on this list and sent it off.
So they send you a list.
So on you tick all the companies, or you write in all the companies that you would work.
Okay,
you would
and you can have multiple.
You can have as many as you want.
Okay,
and you send it off, and I paid the £50 fee to get like the little vest that came with it. But that apparently benefits your chances a little bit, only by a couple of percent, because there's only 1% chance you get in at the moment. There's apparently been like 1 million people.
Yeah. We're going to get into that. Don't skip ahead now.
Sorry.
Answer this question.
So Anthony Nolan Anthony then reached out to me, and they said, "We've seen you
because that gets sent off to them." They go, "Oh,"
and then they said, "Tell us a bit about your story." I went back and forth with them, told them a bit about my experience with it all, and they then offered me the place.
And when you mentioned story,
yes,
like what are you? You don't have to say what you said, but what are you looking to write if someone's interested in doing an application?
I mean, I'd be more than happy to say what I said. The purpose is they're going to pick people that truly believe in the message and truly have empathy for the organisation most of the time. They don't just want to pick someone who's just ticked it all just to be able to get into the London Marathon. So my own personal experience is from losing somebody through leukemia at a very young age, and telling them about that and telling them how like I've done charitable things since, proving that I would be somebody who, no matter what, I'm going to turn up on the day and I'm going to go and do it. That's what they want to see from you.
And also that deeper connection, it feels like. So they're like, okay.
And it came through a phone call as well. So they sent me an email and then they called me and we had like a long phone call about it. So they really understand it.
Interesting. So in terms of the application itself, you said you paid 50 quid. Was there any more fees or charges that incurred with that?
I don't actually think there was, because the charity then puts in the place for the rest of the ticket for you. That's the sponsor part of them. However, some organisations, I don't know if Anthony Nolan actually did, but some of them have to have a minimum fundraising amount in order to qualify to actually turn up on the day.
Right, okay.
So some people got, I think it's like 1,500 for most companies. I very thankfully surpassed that. But some of them have this minimum donation amount you need to provide in order to then still retain your place. And then on top of that, there's other things you can pay for, like your medal, like your like photos and things like that beforehand. But that's just part of the event day itself.
Yeah. So when did you actually like find out? When did you apply and when did you find out that you were in?
I applied, I want to say it was like, well, funny enough, my sister applied for me as a present.
Really? Yeah.
She said, if anyone in the family is going to do it, it's going to be you. So we're going to pay for you as a Christmas present to sign up to the London Marathon.
Yeah.
So that's when it happened.
But you submitted the application, obviously.
I submitted the application, but they paid for the £50 fee.
Yeah.
And then from there, do you know what? It was 2 months later, because funny enough, I remember I was watching the Olympics at the time when I got the call from them.
Right.
And I was like, hello?
So this
is 2 months later. So I applied in December time, in Christmas time, so December
2023.
2024.
Okay.
And then when it came around to it in February, that's when I got the call from them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was a couple of months, because I found out straight away that I didn't get in on the ballot, because it initially says, do you just get in on the open ballot? I found out almost instantly that I didn't.
But so you
get in.
found out Feb 2025.
Yeah.
And ran
no,
it.
sorry, no. This must be
Yeah, so December 2023.
December 23.
Feb 24, you found out.
Feb 24, I
Then
heard
you
from
crack
Anthony
on with
Nolan.
training.
But like they started the process in Feb. They didn't actually tell me until June
right
that I got in.
Okay, but it still gives you a good enough time to prep.
So I found out
obviously.
I think it was right at the beginning of June
Yeah.
that I was in. So that gave me about 250 days to prepare. In terms of training.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That. So next question before we get on to a quick fire round. What was your prep like, and how did you go about doing it?
You know what I'm saying.
I know what it was like. Wait, hold on. This guy, right? He goes, "Oh, Jay, just got into the marathon. I'm running it next year, April." I was like, "Sick, mate. Oh, if you need to go for runs, hit me up. Let me know. Everything." This guy did not hit me up once to go for a run. Nothing. I go, we come here. We're starting to do the pod and everything. Get it all set up. How's the running going, mate? Yeah, I'll start next month. Month later, how's it going? Yeah, I'll start running. Pretty sure this bloke didn't start running till like properly, like Feb.
Yeah, pretty much. So I went on
2025.
So the thing is, I could run a comfortable 10k from the year prior. I did a lot of 10ks like the year prior.
Look at him try to justify.
So
his
this
prep.
is the thing. So no, what I did was I
Mental.
went out on a couple of 10k runs every month. Like I mean, a couple, like two or three every month for like the first 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And then in November, I did my Movember fundraising, which was all about the pull-ups.
Yeah.
So I didn't run that month at all.
Yeah.
And that then, it got to the end of November, I couldn't be asked to do it in December, Christmas plans and stuff. It just went out of my head. January comes around, my birthday comes around, I don't even think about it. And then I think, oh God, it's February, I've got to run a marathon.
So did you start to go and be like, oh...
Yeah, big
This
time.
is
And it was bad because I only then started when it was in the middle of winter. And so I was running. But the reason why I didn't message anybody is because most of the time I was running outside of work was like 9 o'clock at night until like 11 o'clock at night. Or I was running at like 5 in the morning until 7 in the morning before like work started. So it would have been unreasonable to call you, I think. But I probably started running then. And I think the most I ever got up to was about 2/3 of a marathon, but I very much took it easy. I ran pretty much all around crawling, but I took it fairly easy, and I thought, that's enough.
Yeah, so this guy just purely ran a marathon of vibes.
Pretty much.
Mental. Right, quick fire round. You ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna get Tom to zoom in on you, and you got to answer these like as the first thing that kind of comes into your head. I'd say
I'll try my
as
best.
quick as you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. First thing you said after the race.
Ouch.
Favorite pre-snack?
I had this like protein energy brownie thing that was really good that I got from the fair, like the marathon fair that went before.
Banging, nice.
That was really good.
Weirdest sign you saw while running?
The one my sister did of me as a kid like this. There's a picture of me as a kid like this looking really menacing, and she goes, "This menacing man can run a marathon," or something like that. I'll have to find the exact picture.
Pop a photo up.
I'll pop a photo up.
Yeah.
It was a really good sign.
That's
But that
class.
picture of my face when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my God."
Did you have a song that got you through?
Got me through. I didn't listen to music the entire time.
Didn't listen to
I
it.
did a lot in the training, but didn't listen to music on the
Fair. What about the training? One song in particular?
day.
Just shuffle.
Just shuffle, mate.
Fair,
Just
fair.
shuffle. But I'll tell you one thing quickly. I got people to donate money in order for me to like listen to certain music while I was training.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, my sister as well asked me I'd do nursery rhymes while I ran a 10k.
God.
It was the most brutal thing I've ever done in my
That
life.
must be horrible.
The third Frere Jacques almost jumped in the road.
Jeez.
That was bad.
Right. Any celebs you spotted?
Celebs are spotted. Joe Wicks and Coach Kunzai, who's I don't know, I've probably butchered his name, a really nice guy.
Number of toilet stops in the race?
100.
Really?
There was toilets everywhere. There was
No,
portaloos everywhere.
you.
Oh, that I stopped
Yeah.
at? Oh, I didn't stop once.
Fair. Worst chafe location?
Bottom of the ball sack.
Yeah. Gooch. Would you rather run it backwards or barefoot?
Barefoot.
Would you do it again?
No.
Hardest mile?
28.
Worst part?
No, sorry, not mile. That was kilometre. 28 kilometres. I remember seeing the 28 kilometre sign.
Right.
It's only 26 miles.
Yeah, I
so-
was going to say. Yeah. Okay. Kilometre, 28. Hardest mile. Not mile. Worst part?
When my cramps started,
Cramp.
just
yeah?
after halfway, the cramps were the most painful.
Best
in my
part?
life. The first 200 metres when I ran out against everybody.
That was the best part.
I found that so funny.
No, you're finishing. The relief, well, no? Fair.
Because
Or seeing us on the way.
I saw when I saw
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
that was the happiest I was the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But the funniest part for me was that first 100 meters. I ran out ahead of my whole group. Like, I'm winning, I'm winning.
I wish someone filmed that.
I wish
or had a
someone
video
filmed
of,
that.
like,
I thought it was
photo.
hilarious, but yeah.
So good.
That
That's
was
it. That's it
cool,
for the
man.
quick fire round.
See.
Nice. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, it was good fun. I ended up raising like £3,500.
Yeah,
They're an incredible
massively-
institution. So shout out to Anthony Nolan. They
mate,
are
you did a fantastic
Please
job.
go and check it out. If you're of the age of 16 to 35, you can register to be a stem cell donor. Trust me, it will save lives. Please go and do it.
there you go.
know.
There's his charitable bit of work.
Yeah.
No, you did well, mate.
Thanks,
Raising that much is impressive.
The only time I would ever run a marathon again is if I was to be stupid enough to do an Ironman. That'd be the only other time. I would never run a
Yeah,
marathon
yeah.
again just for the
Fair.
purpose of running a marathon.
Fair.
I don't think.
There we go. Resigned.
One and
Bosh.
done. Sub 5. I was happy with that. We
Decent.
walk away.
Let's get into.
And I've walked away with 2 less toenails, which I still don't
Oh
have.
yeah, that was a bit brutal. Do you want to actually talk about that?
Oh, I mean, they're just
They're
not
like-
there. Simple as that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Is there like a tip?
Tip?
To not get that if you run.
I actually, I didn't do much research, but I think it's very much just like taping your toes up. A lot of people
Fair.
do
All right.
underneath their socks.
Well, let's get into the next segment, mate. Let's
Let's.
get into. Is it really worth it?
Woo woo. And we are into Spenny or Penny with JMO. Now, he knows what's going on, but I shall tell you, people, we're going for a little bit of the sauce today. Yeah, we're getting all the saucy behaviour.
Saucy.
We're starting off with variations of the condiment mayonnaise, and then we're going to follow it up with a bit of hot sauce. So, Jamie, first of all, any thoughts?
man.
Are you a mayo man? Are you a ketchup man? What's your condiment of choice?
It'll be ketchup if I had to choose.
Okay.
Mayo on a biscuit sounds disgusting. I can't lie.
Yeah, true. We didn't really have much to put on.
Yeah. What about you?
I am a mayo fan, but you know what? Here's a funny one for you. My brother
Yeah.
absolutely adores hoisin sauce to the
I don't
point
mind hoisin sauce.
where he was going away once abroad, and he came round to mine the night before, opened up his suitcase. I'm not kidding you.
He packed it.
He had 4 bottles of Blue Dragon hoisin sauce, and then asked me to bring more out when I went and visited him.
That's nuts.
Not a genuinely not.
That's
kidding
actually
you.
crazy.
That's an unhealthy addiction.
No, that's mental. That's mental.
I put a fair amount on the crackers,
Oh god.
so you don't have to put it all in one, but you can if you want. We're going to start off with this one, so flat palm I'd recommend. There you are, and then you can navigate from there. It might crack, so
Oh my god, it's cracked.
it's cracked.
It's cracked. Hold on.
You'll figure it out. So here we go. The first of the 2 Spenny or Penny.
Jesus.
Yeah, you've lost half the cracker there, but that's right. I'll take that bit back from you if you want.
Uh huh.
Oh.
Oh hell.
Maybe I put a bit too much on there.
so much mayo, bro. How?
Yeah, I'll go with you, Tal. Tell us what you think.
I'll tell you shit. This is a punishment. This is not. I can't see, bro.
There you go.
Oh man, no, thank you.
So what were your
Oh,
thoughts?
that's more of a punish. I know what mayonnaise is like, but on a biscuit. Do you know what I mean?
Not a fan, no?
Jesus, no, not on. No, if we're judging on a biscuit, no, not doing.
Right. Well, next up. Do
Oh, thank God I found that.
you think that's the Spenny or the Penny?
I don't even care. This is horrible. I need to taste the other one. What is it? 2 mayos.
They're variations of mayo, yes.
Variations.
Variations.
All right, is the other one kind of ready?
It's ready right in front of you.
In front of me.
Hand out.
Right, is this going to break as well?
I think this one looks a bit more stable. I think
You
you'll be
gave me a broken one. Bro.
It broke on process, my friend.
Do I just?
On the journey.
Oh, I don't.
I say you just go for it, man.
Ah.
Oh, he's gone for the whole thing this time. We're getting a better reaction. No disgust on your face by the looks of it.
Oh, it's still a bit like, bit too much.
Really.
Oh, yeah. That's nicer. That's kind of like It's got a bit of like kind of a bit of spice.
Okay.
It kind of tastes like do you call it like Thousand Islands, where it's like ketchup and mayo
see,
mix?
like the prawn cocktail sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that tastes like. So I prefer that on a cracker than mayo.
So you're gonna say the second's Spenny?
Yeah, definitely second's more Spenny than mayo. I think the first one's like a classic mayonnaise,
Fair enough.
like a Hellman's or whatever. But that tastes a bit more bougie.
Well, take the blindfold off, my friend, because you've hit it right on the bloody head, mate. You had a
That is
Hellman's mayonnaise.
disgusting. How much is on that tiny bit, bro? That's mental. That's honestly, that's a punishment.
Okay.
I think it's horrible.
Well, that was a punishment of the future.
I think it could
So you had
be.
Peronaise versus mayonnaise.
Peronaise.
And you got it right. You were right. Hellman's mayonnaise
Right.
for the cheap and Peronaise for the expensive. Any thoughts on price points?
This bottle size price
It's quite
point,
a big
is that
bottle
what you're
size.
saying?
Yeah.
It's almost a K.
Yeah.
754 grams.
Big.
That, for that bottle, exactly. Oh, God. And that's more spenny than this whole bottle.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I would say that's like £4.
That is just over £3.
Like £3 too.
It's like £3.2 or something.
Okay.
weird. Yeah.
Peronaise then. Well, bear in mind that is just over 3. I'd say that's like 4.25.
$4.10.
Okay.
But it's much. They do a slightly big one.
That's
The
a
one the
huge
same
one.
size as this
Yeah.
is £6.
Crazy.
Crazy.
That's quite a big one though as well.
Yeah, it is. It's a fairly sizable.
I've seen
one.
smaller ones.
A couple of stats on them. So we'll start off with Hellman's, as you mentioned them. So officially, it became a $2 billion generating brand in November of 2022 in terms of its overall achievements over time.
$2 billion.
as part of the Unilever
Wow.
like umbrella.
Yeah. Unilever's crazy.
And here's the crazy thing. Have you got any? Oh, well, it's quite a hard question. So you understand
sorry.
what a market share is?
So
So I said, do you understand what a market share is?
yeah.
What do you think Hellman's
In
mayonnaise
terms
market
of
share?
Unilever's market share.
No, in terms of the mayonnaise market share.
Oh god.
What do you think it has in terms of the total sort of customer? I don't know, like I don't
In
know,
the UK?
consumption in the UK, yeah.
It's got to be hugely dominant. I know a lot of stores do their own mayo as well, though. That's the thing.
True.
So I'd say it wipes up about. I'd actually go really high, like 75%.
Not quite 75. It's 51.5%.
Okay.
But so that means
That's
if you
actually
buy
insane.
mayonnaise, more often than not, by
It's Hellman's.
1.5% technically.
No one
you
really
buy-
rivals them
I can't think of a single one.
in mayo terms.
Not
yeah.
in specific standard mayo. I think they've got everything sorted
Crazy.
there, mate.
You'd think like
51
Heinz might,
Yeah.
you know?
Imagine being a brand in any space but having 51% of the market share.
That's crazy. It just dominated, man.
You're there.
You're
You're
the big
it.
dog,
You are
mate.
the
You
brand
are-
at the end
you
of the
are
day.
it.
People are just versions of you. That's
To
what
be fair,
it is.
when I say mayo, that's exactly what I think of. I don't
You
think
said
of
it. You
anything
called it off the
else.
bat. What about Nando's? So I'll ask you on this sense: how much do you think they've achieved in revenue in the financial year ending in February 25, 24?
Nando's is huge, and it's like big in like Africa. It's actually huge in Africa, and it's big in the UK and stuff.
Mhm.
Revenue, wow. So this was 2 billion. Nando's has surely got to be.
Well, actually, sorry, I'll say this quickly. It's not the overall Nando's; it's the Nando's sauces stuff. It's
Oh.
the Nando's condiments, the Nando's all that sort of stuff.
okay. Then I'm going to reduce mine massively. I'd say then.
It's not Nando's as a corporation.
I'd say probably like 250 mil.
Nando's brand reported over 1 billion in revenue annually.
What?
In the financial year ending 2025 of 2024, Nando's revenue in terms of their condiments reached 1.37
Wow.
billion. That's not the whole corporation.
I know.
That is the.
Do you have the whole
I
corporation?
don't have the whole corporation.
Like that's
But
insane.
That is unfathomable.
just the sauces, mate. Yeah, just the sauces,
Like
not the
all-
restaurants.
So they do
not
that.
the
I think that
chicken.
includes all of their spices, their sauces, their like. I think a
That's
load of
insane.
those like, additional
Peri-peri
takeaway
salt,
bits.
yeah.
Their salt, yeah, exactly. So
Wow.
1.37
To be fair,
billion.
I have Nando's sauce, peri salt in my house.
same.
I'm pretty sure I have it in my cupboard somewhere.
Maddening. Anyway, we're going to get on to the next of the Spenny or Pennies.
Oh, ugh.
And now we're getting into hot sauces. So you can see we've got a couple of different well-known brands here.
Right, don't give me like a mayo. Oh my god, I just chinned my mic. Don't give me like a mayo dollop of hot sauce.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does make sense.
Because I'm going to be hiccuping like fuck.
That's why I went for the hot sauce second, just in case you lost all composure. Right, let's.
Do my hand out, yeah.
A couple of little dabs. I think that's suitable. You can like a pincer, a little pincer with your fingers.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can kind of take the cracker here. That's it. Hold it upright. Have you got it?
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to probably get the whole thing in your mouth because the sauce is only on one little bit of it. Make sure you get that sauce taste though. Don't just gulp it down. I have no idea how hot these are as well, so I apologise if they're extremely hot.
I don't mind spice though, so.
It says it's a medium heat indicator, this one.
Okay.
They both say medium heat on them.
I feel like I've tried this one.
Okay.
Um,
Any thoughts? Did you like it? Do you not like it?
I've got a little cracker. I don't mind it.
No?
No, I don't mind it. I think it's okay.
see.
It's got a nice little tingly feeling.
Yeah.
Taste is all right. Oh my god, keep chinning my mic. Taste is all right. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to it. Like, it tastes like hot sauce. You know what I mean? I'd slap that on a burger happily.
Enough, right, next one coming in. Would you say if that off the bat that was like a Spenny or a Penny? Any thoughts there?
Hard to tell. I'd actually say Penny
Okay.
because I think I've had good hot sauce before.
Let's see. Again, it's only on a little bit of the cracker, so you have to get that moving around your gob. Ooh. I'm hearing more
Okay.
than normal.
Oh.
What were you thinking?
You cheeky boy.
You got me.
Okay. Right. Dilemma.
Go on.
I actually think I know what that is. So, on our Patreon,
Oh, shit.
we've done like taste tests, right?
We have.
And I'm going to get hiccups.
Oh, gosh.
Jesus, not again.
Good finding the bottle.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
The lid was off. That's risky behaviour.
I could have been pear-shaped. And I slated what I think I've just tasted.
You did.
However, after the Patreon segment, I took that home.
You did.
And I started, oh my God.
You haven't.
I started to kind of like it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Wow. So, go on. Which one's the Spenny? Which one's the Penny? And then
Well, I'd say what I've just had is the Spenny.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm not convinced.
Right,
it's
blindfold
Spenny.
off.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, go on. Tell the people what you tried.
Was I staring at you or like there?
Way over there. Way over there. You were in the other world. Man.
Yeah, so Tingly Ted's. Ed Sheeran's hot sauce.
This is Ed Sheeran.
Haven't seen it promoted.
Mixed by Ed Sheeran, it says. This has been around for a couple of years, which is bizarre.
I know.
I don't know it exists. Well, I didn't know that it existed before.
Showed my brother. He was like, oh yeah, he's had that for ages. I was like, really?
So strange.
And then Red Hot, that's why I know it. Well, I sometimes have that in my fridge.
Oh, do you?
But
Very popular brand.
I much prefer this now. Like, that tingly sensation's actually quite nice.
Has it got that spice kick to it that you were like looking for?
No, it's got a tingle. It hasn't got the
Okay.
spice kick. It's got the tingle, but the tingle thinks it's like kind of spicy. But the initial taste is a lot nicer than the Red Hot, and the after is a lot better.
Well,
So
prices.
yeah, I'd say Spenny and Penny for Red Hot. Am I right with that or not?
You were Spenny right with Ted's, Penny
Cool.
right with Frank's.
Cool.
So what do you think they cost initially?
God, I wouldn't have a Scooby-Doo about Ted's. I'd go, all right, initially Red Hot, £1.65.
Close, £1.80.
Okay, fair. Ted's, all right, £2.80?
£3
£3.
on the dot.
Fair enough.
So not bad at all. Good guessing there. Frank's Red Hot revenue. Thoughts?
Frank, is it called Frank?
Frank's Red Hot.
Oh.
Which actually...
Sorry, that's Ted's and that's Frank's. Okay, confused. I thought you were talking about this.
We'll go Ted's first.
No, Frank's Red
Okay,
Hot.
Frank's.
Oh, are they quite like a US brand? Are they?
are.
They are. I think they're quite big for some reason.
Okay.
So I'm going to go like 750ml.
13.7 mil.
Oh
That's
my
dollars,
God.
so you're actually probably quite close when it comes to pounds. McCormick and Co.
Oh, I was well off, mate. I said 750 million.
Oh, you said 750 million. I thought you said 7.5 million.
No.
Oh, okay. No, you're way off. You're way
miles
off.
off.
Okay, so McCormick and Co. said, so basically, they acquired it off of a division of Reckitt Breckenheiser, which was the original company that had Red's hot sauce under their branch.
no,
So it's kind of like a
they're-
Unilever sort of
They're
thing.
just called Reckitt now. They're not called.
yeah.
It's like It was like Birkins or something like
Exactly.
that.
But do you know how much they agreed this acquisition for? Which included Frank Saucey, included a couple of other brands. But the acquisition that happened between
I'm
the
going
two
to say it was more than what they're generating now revenue-wise. I'd say
way
like
more. It's an acquisition, so it's huge money.
150.
4.2 bill.
Bill for
So
the
basically,
sauce.
so the Sauce and a couple of other brands were under
Red Hot.
Wreck-It, and it was acquired by McCormick & Co.
Right.
4.2
What were the other
billion.
brands?
I
Are
can't
they
remember.
okay? But that surely would
Frank's
have been...
Red Hot was one of his biggest ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
So, yeah,
insane.
crazy
man.
stuff. Tingly Teds.
God, do you have data on them?
Yeah.
See, I don't know them too well, and I'm going to say they're less than Red Hot, so I'm going to say 4 mil.
Way down, so 400k.
Really? Whoa.
Since initial
Actually,
launch.
not bad though.
416k is it's amazing money.
No, I mean
But,
the sauce actually isn't that bad.
the sauce is
considering.
lovely, and seeing as it's not had that much promotion, pretty good to like walk into the space of hot sauces and do okay.
Yeah.
Sold exclusively in Asda, I believe, and it launched in February, and within its first year, it achieved 416. So, not bad.
Not bad at all. But you are like against Nando's hot sauce, peri peri, like they dominate.
It's tough to beat. Tough to beat. But hey, you got both of them right.
Yeah. Do you like hot sauce?
No, not really. I'm not a good spice guy.
Fair.
I like these ones because they're quite mild spices.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
Like I like a mild tingly thing, as you say, but I don't like hot
No,
sauce.
I like to burn my throat.
Scald
Yeah,
the
man.
gullet.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like to sit on that toilet and go,
The next day,
I've done business.
reliving. Anyway, let's get back into the episode before he starts reliving this hot sauce.
Yo.
Cool.
Welcome back, guys. My tongue is sizzling.
Is it?
Yeah, a little bit. But that's a wrap, isn't it, my
It's
friends?
a wrap. You had
Episode
all sorts.
18.
You had a little bit of topical in there. You had a little bit of Battle of the Hosts. I think we both came off bad because I did the punishment for the Battle of the Host and you did the punishment in Spenny and Penny.
True. Movembers, marathons, and a bit of heat.
Exactly. And you know the challenge, people. 100 likes on the video and Jamie and I will complete a High Rocks and it will be a cheeky little video. We'll make it out of it for sure.
Yeah. Why not?
Anyhow.
We'll race the fellas or something.
That'd be a great idea because Cal Freezy did it with KSI. Did you see that?
Yeah. And Chips run a marathon, I'm pretty sure.
He did. They both ran the same one. I was trying to find them.
Oh,
Couldn't find them.
yeah.
Anyway, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get in the comments, do your worst, do your best, do
What did you
everything.
say there? Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah, turn the bell on, do all that stuff. Check out our Patreon because we will be running lots of competitions over the
Near future.
near future. Might be out, don't actually know.
For the bright old sum of
£4 a month.
13p a day.
Just one coffee.
That's one Cal.
That's all we asking for.
It's not a lot of people, but you're getting plenty out of us, we promise.
Defo.
Behind the scenes and so much more.
Definitely. Check out our socials as well. They be popping.
Big time. But in the meantime, we love you. We will leave you be and enjoy the rest of your Thursdays, Fridays, Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it is. Enjoy it.
But if you want a bit more, we're going to film some more on Patreon.
So go check it out. You know you want to.
Just do it.
It's a little fee.
It's
And if
not
you're going to do
hard,
it,
mate.
do it via the web browser.
Yeah.
Don't do it via the app. The app will try and charge you an extra couple of quid and it won't go towards the channel.
True.
It won't go anywhere. It'll just go into good old, what's his name? The guy who owns Apple? Tim Cook? Something like that? I don't know. We'll go into his pocket.
Anyway, also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe.
What are you doing?
It's for free.
Yeah. If you're enjoying it, if you stayed all the way to the end, you might as well subscribe at this point. Go on.
Just click the red thing now.
Hit the red thing.
There we go.
Anyway. Guess that's all that's left
Let's
to say.
wrap up.
That's what you should do. Toodle pip.
Cheerio. Bash. Right.
Hooga, hooga, hooga.
Well. Episode 17, ladies and gentlemen.
18.
Start again. It is.
It is episode 18.
God.
Great start, bro.
No, the last episode was good then. 17, not Sweet 16. I thought it was 16.
No.
No, the one I was talking about before this, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Sweet 16's coming out next week. Tom's sitting on 17 ready to edit.
Oh, no, you're so right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm away with fairies.
Anyway.
Should start again.
Let's.
Or you could add that in.